just pick one. There's a lot of things. Ultimately, we have to be tougher. We have to be able to play more consistent. I mean, it's the same thing I've been preaching on all year, and we're still not doing it. We can be the best team in the country one set, and then the next set, I don't know who we are anymore. So, and as long as we're doing that, we're just going to be on this roller coaster that we're not going to like the results in the end. So, we need to become more responsible each and every play, each and everything that we do, and then that will be the deciding factor for us. But until we kind of embrace that idea to a person, then we're just going to keep struggling compared to what we want. You know?
Results of these four pretty important based on what your goals were to maybe host.
Definitely. So, I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot by losing to Arizona as far as hosting in the first 2 rounds. We can still do it. We're really the difference from number 9 in the country to number 23 in the country is unbelievably thin. It's very close. So we have 4 great opportunities left. They're all top 50 teams. 3 of them are basically top 25 teams. So there's bonuses to be had there. There's ways for us to work back into hosting in the first 2 rounds. But that means we have to play well and we have to come away with some victories. So I think, I mean, each match is important for us to win, and most importantly, just for us to gain confidence and start playing better and feel comfortable going into the tournament.
Yeah, that RPI took a big hit. What happened in the final 3 sets against Arizona?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were horrible in the beginning of the match, in the first set, and we were getting blown out. Nothing was going right, and then we didn't worry about it. We just kept playing and playing, and just doing our jobs, and ultimately that steadied out, and we came back and we won. So I think that set is a microcosm of our season, is that it's still just we go back and forth. Second set I thought was one of our cleanest sets we played all year. That was very exciting to see. We started out 4-0 in the third set. And then we kind of back off a little bit, and we stopped doing our jobs that was making us successful. And I think we just started thinking, we got this. And we don't play a schedule where you ever have it. You know, I don't care who you're playing. And then other teams sense that, and they start going, and then all of a sudden we start panicking. And that's why our sport is such a momentum sport, because once you feel like you got it is when you don't. So we have to just be hungry enough to keep fighting through each and every point and trying to get better. So lessons to be learned all the time. I hope we start learning them.
You like what you saw out of Lindsay down there?
Definitely, yeah. I did a stat to see who our most responsible players were, just a plus-minus, what you're bringing to the team, what you're taking from the team. And she has the most touches, the most responsibility, and she was the most responsible player. So that was exciting to see from her. I thought she hit great, but just we're asking so much of her, and she's really responding, and she's bringing a lot of leadership out there, and that's exciting to see. So she's just got to keep doing what she's doing.
So is this a stat that's common in volleyball, or something you just came up with?
It's not something that you're going to find. It's just going back and actually seeing, like, you know, based upon in your system what people are supposed to do, how are they doing it, and you can kind of rank by percentage to see who your most responsible people are, which ultimately means they're your best teammates or worst teammates. So I mean, we won every statistical battle in that match, and we lost the match. So to me, there's something deeper there. So what is it, and is it something that I can change? Is it something I can find in a lineup that makes a switch?
Was that pretty eye-opening? Were there some people that thought they were doing a lot better than they were for this team?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely there was, and for me too. So I think it was important for them to see it and for me to see it, and see if we can make any adjustments to make it better. So
I know you said that difference from, I think you said 9 to 20 in the rankings is so thin.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that makes like that margin for error greater, smaller, in that whole balance kind of thing of trying to get a hosting spot?
Yeah, well, I mean, for us, no matter what happened this past weekend, just by playing the 2 Arizona schools, win or lose, we were going to drop in the RPI, just because half of the RPI is your opponent's win record, and they were both 2 of the weakest that we played. So that was already going to drop us down from 9. So the last 4 matches are going to bring us up, because all 4 have good win-loss records, and like I said, there's opportunity for bonuses by beating top 50 teams, top 25 teams. So those are all good things. Now we got to win a couple of them, and it'll really help our side of the win-loss record. So when you lose the match to Arizona, that drops us in that 25%. Plus, we're already going to drop in the 50%. So now you see that's why it takes you so much. I mean, we really want to host. And I think all year, when you're in the top 10 all year, and then now you're 3 weekends left, and now you finally drop pretty far. I've never seen us more disappointed, our team. So when they found out that they were down to 22. So I hope that is a motivator for us, and that we are going to show up Friday looking like a little bit of a different team.
So do you get that sense of urgency from the team going into these last couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think our practice today was different. I think we were really pushing each other, fighting much harder. And again, it's great to do it one day. Now we have to continue to do it every day, and then they have to bring in the game when the lights are on, and the people are on, and the pressure's there, and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of maturing to do still if we're going to be where we want to be, you know. So.
What would it mean to bring the NCAA here?
Well, I mean, it's great for our team. It's great for our fans. It's great for the city of Eugene. I think anytime you can bring any type of marquee event into your town, I love it. Anytime we have track, meets here for NCAA, or we don't get to bring basketball so much because they have predestined sites, it's not so much school sites. But anytime softball's here, anything like that, it's a great event, and people rally and they get excited, and we're going to find new fans that are going to come out and cheer for us. So, and then for our team, it does wonders to just be able to represent your school in your school. So. It would be great for us. The last time we did it was my first year here in 14. So that's something that we're really looking forward to trying to make happen.
What did it mean to you as being the head coach for the first year?
I'd love to be here every game, so up until the Final Four. Yeah, I mean, I think we've played really well at home this year. And we've only lost to Colorado and Stanford. We've beaten everybody else. So I think that would be a great advantage to us. I always like sleeping in my own bed. It's pretty comfortable. I like a firm pillow. In hotels you just kind of get the feather stuff, and so it doesn't quite work for me as much. But so that would be nice. But we just love being here. We love being around our supporters, and so I think that would be a great advantage for us.
How have you seen the team bond grow throughout the season?
I think we're already a very bonded group. I think the biggest jump we're taking now is really holding each other accountable. I think we've been friends, and now I told Maggie the other day, and I'm telling myself, you got to stop being a people pleaser. You got to start making some tough calls, and you have to start holding each other accountable much more specifically than you were before, if we're going to make the changes that we need to make. So I think there's a little more firmness in the way we're speaking, and I think we're trying to play with more strength in our personalities in order to maybe get some of the things we're trying to get out of each other, which I think that's been a big change. And ultimately, I think that's really the biggest difference for us is how tough can we be, and we can't be afraid to upset our friends. And if they are friends and we already have that bond, then it should be much easier for you to hold each other accountable because you know that the trust is already there. So,
Matt, if you don't host the NC2A, these last 3 matches for 3 seniors are pretty significant. The importance of them to this year's team?
I mean, Taylor's just become an amazing player, and I think we thought that coming in that she was going to have a breakout year, and I think she's one of the most feared hitters in our conference, which means in the country. Maggie has been a leader since she's been here. Alex has stepped into a big-time role for us, and I think she's done a remarkable job. And Maureen is really the leader in the locker room, and it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but she means a great deal to our team. So I think all 4 are very important. I think it's a great team, a great group to be around. We always enjoy each other, and I think it's mostly because of the 4 of them. They're great students, they're great role models, they're leaders in our athletic department. So there's just so many things that they bring to our program that we're going to miss. So for me, when I got the job, it's just I wanted to make this the best senior year for them possible, and their last student athlete experience. So I feel like we're close, and I really am trying to get them to push through so that we can be here for not just the 3 home matches and be here a little bit longer and see what kind of run we can make in the tournament for them.
You could look at your recruiting class and wonder, is that sort of at least partly designed to replace what you're losing off this team?
Definitely. I mean, I think, the recruiting class that we just signed last week is a really fun one. And I think we get a lot of leadership from that group. They're different kind of kids. They're extreme. I mean, not that these guys aren't motivated, it's just another level of motivation and confidence. You bring in 3 first-team All-Americans, and that's not even including the highest-ranked recruit we've ever had. So it's just another level that we get to continue to raise our program to with athletes and people. So I think the seniors this year have done a really nice job of setting a foundation for the future, and I think this next group is going to run with it.